What's up, horror fam? It's Brian Castrillo. Tonight was late night movie review, and I watched The Pope's Exorcist, which is #1 on Netflix. This was a great watch. It's based on the real life memoirs of a real life priest, Father Gabriel Amorth. Don't know if I said that right, but he was an official exorcist for the Catholic Church from 1986 up until his death in 2016. Now, I don't know what it is about demonic possession movies, but they've always creeped me out a little bit more, and I'm a huge horror fan, but these movies really did it for me. Whether you're watching The Exorcist or even the original Paranormal Activity and many others that were really done well. And the Catholic Church was really big in my family. Heck, even one of my family members is actually a cardinal within the Catholic religion. But this movie was done very well, and it stars Russell Crowe and a TWD family member in Daniel Zavato. For those of you that remember, back in, I believe it was season 2, he was one of the pirates, actually the main pirate who contacted Alicia back when Strand still had the Abigail. But if you remember, he played a great role there. But he is actually one of the priests in this movie, which he does a fantastic job. But in the beginning, we see Russell Crowe, who plays Father Gabriel Amorth, and he is basically dealing with a mentally ill person who believes he's possessed, and he brings this big pig into the room, and he basically uses humor, which is what I love about him, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit, and he tricks him into thinking that he can't possess this pig, which the mentally ill guy, he does that, and then they take out the pig, and it's his way of kind of scaring him into that, which this upsets him. It's a really crazy scene, and this upsets the Catholic Church, which he is later put on trial there. But then we switch to an American family who is coming to Castile, Spain, July 1st of 87, and they're getting away from where her husband, the children's father, passed away in a horrible, gruesome accident and died in this car accident. And this really traumatized the children, especially the young son, who hasn't spoken since that day. Now, this child, he becomes possessed by a demon called Asmodeus. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. My pronunciation is probably not the best on that. But he takes over this kid, and this kid did a really fantastic job in really making the look and as well as the feel that this kid was possessed. The chef's kiss to that kid, that child who played that role. And he's really bad. The mother doesn't understand what it is, and the church is really interested in wanting him to help this kid, because they don't understand this, what's going on, and this looks to be really bad. But we find out that there's a well where they're staying in this old castle, which has a seal of the Spanish Inquisition in there. This is how deep it goes back into history, and it was sealed off by the Vatican, who didn't want to know of their previous sins. And Father Gabriel, we see that throughout the movie, he's drinking, I believe it was whiskey. And I think that this really did well in showing that even people within the church who are, looked at as, they don't sin, can actually, fall to sin as well, because seeing some of the things they did really bothered them. Now, this demon within the child, he is very good at basically seeing the sins of these two priests. Father Gabriel, initially they show a backstory where another mentally ill woman who believed she was possessed, but she really wasn't, ends up unaliving herself, and this really traumatizes him, and because he felt that he could have saved her, but he basically gave up on her because he didn't feel that she was actually possessed, so he didn't really give it his all. And this really bothers him throughout the movie, and the demon plays on this, and the other priest who had an affair, and if you know anything about a priest within the Catholic religion, having, well, but But anyways, I believe this movie did a very good job at special effects. There were some moments that weren't like perfect, that didn't look really great, but I feel the story was done really well. It was very creepy in moments. There, some of the historical thing, like where they played off the history of the Spanish Inquisition when they go down into the well, was really cool. I really enjoyed the character development by Russell Crowe of Father Gabriel. I thought he did really well with really giving personality to him, where, you know, he was using humor, you know, where he sinned, you know, using alcohol to help kind of deal with some of his own demons. I just thought that was really well done. That was done really well. And some of the special effects, especially in the final scene, I thought were really cool and kind of neat. And then we get to the end, where this is where it was kind of interesting. And they show that this demon, there was actually 200 locations around the world that, you know, that the Catholic Church felt that, you know, there were possessions that they needed to deal with, and this was number one of them. So they're obviously hinting at sort of a series or more movies. Maybe, I don't know if they're going to get into a TV show or whatever, but 200 is a lot. And while I do think that this was done, you know, really good, and it's definitely worth a watch, I'm worried that extending this over 200 locations, 200 stories, how this is going to play out, and can they keep this interesting? Maybe if it's done over a TV series, I think they could probably do that, but I don't know about movies, if they can continue going this. But I'm interested in the future of this. I think this is a good movie. I definitely give it a high rating. I really enjoyed it. I recommend checking it out. Like I said, it's on Netflix. Russell Crowe and Daniel Zavato, who was on Fear the Walking Dead, as I mentioned, did a really good job in this. But what did you guys think? Did you guys watch it? If not, definitely go check it out. Let me know what you thought. Let's talk about it. Love you guys. Oh yeah, one other thing. I have officially rejoined in the Face of Horror competition, and I'm gonna need your help. Starting September, I'm going to need daily votes, and I'm going to get a little more into this. You're going to see the link in my bio. I want you to check that out. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and until the next movie.